I'd rather be a lover than a fighter. Cause all my life I've been fighting, never felt a feeling of comfort.
Hey guys, how are you? I'm gonna be doing a suggested video from My Green Pets. He asked me the question, how do I get treated, or how are people's reactions, especially the ones that are my age, when I tell them that I am an orchid grower, a plant lover. So I'm going to tell you a brief history, I guess, on how I got into plants. If you all don't know, my grandmother that passed away, she was always in the flower beds, and I would always be helping her with that. So that's how I got influenced into the realm of horticulture. I was always into plants. Then I kind of geared away from, I guess, the flower beds, and I went more towards orchids because they were more of a challenge. I wanted that challenge. So that's kind of the brief history. I started plants in the study of plants in high school. We had a wonderful horticulture program where I was going. We had a greenhouse at the school. So I was always one-on-one with plants and being able to go to school and actually get to learn something that I really love. So that was always really nice. Everybody in the ag department, the agriculture department, loved seeing me do what I love, the teachers and stuff like that. And the kids, they all knew that I was into plants, not necessarily orchids, but they knew that I was into plants, and everybody in that department was, thought that was cool. They saw it as normal because it was the agriculture department. You have so many different areas of agriculture, so that wasn't unnormal. But when you went to classes and somehow you got on the subject of what you're into, and I would be like, oh well, I like orchids, and some of the kids would kind of like give you a weird look and just be like, oh, that's weird. But I mean, I can't blame them because it's not normal for kids in 2017 for you to go up to them and ask what they are into, and they say, oh, I'm into orchids, or I'm into plants. Not many of them say that. Many of them say video games, hanging out with friends, and just stuff like that. Sports. I was into sports at one time, but I've always way more into plants. So I always wanted to get with people that loved what I loved, but a lot of them weren't younger people because there weren't many young people that were into plants, and more of them were older people. So I interacted a lot with my horticulture teacher. I would always tell her what I was doing that week with my orchid society or whatnot. I was always talking to her about the greenhouse. She knew every single step of the way of when I finally got my greenhouse up. But back on to the matter of how they react, people my age, how they react when I tell them that I'm into orchids. Most of them are very accepting. I think all of them accept the fact that I love plants, but some may see it as different or weird, but that's okay because I can't blame them because it is different. And I see myself sometimes as weird because I'm into something that nobody else my age is into, and but it's unique. And I love the fact that it's like that. I love the fact that I can call myself weird but unique all at the same time. And some of them are just like, oh, that's really cool, but they never really get interested in wanting to know how I grow them or anything. They just think that's cool, but they don't ask questions. So I can't really tell you much, except some of them don't really respond to me. They just think it's kind of weird. And some of them say, oh, that's cool, that's nice, but never ask any questions to know like how to grow them, how I grow them. They're just not interested. But that's okay because that's just how they are, and maybe one day they'll be plant lovers, and they will reach out to me once again because they know that I'm into plants. But that being said, I am always around older people. Like, I interact so much better with older people that are older than myself. That's when I say older people. People that are older than myself, I always interact with them so much better than I do people younger than I am. I don't know what it is. It's just, I guess I'm more mature for my age, and I can kind of relate to some of the people that are older than myself than I can relate to people that are younger than me. So I'm always talking to a lot of different age groups, and I think the most accepting are probably the ones that are older than I am. So that's how I feel about this topic. That's my opinion. That's just my environment, how they react to me. I know other people might have had different, maybe they had really, really bad experiences with people because they were a plant lover, an orchid grower, and people really just thought that was weird, and they had a really bad experience with somebody. But in my opinion, like, nobody has been mean about it. They've all been, I guess what you would say, accepting of the fact that I am a plant lover, a orchid grower. So that's always interesting to hear other people's stories. So Archie, if you're listening, I would love to see if anybody has treated you differently because you are an orchid grower, a plant lover, if they're mean about it. I know, like I told you, and they haven't been mean to me about that. So I would like to hear from Archie or any other young person that is growing plants, if people treat you any differently. But that's all I have for that part of the video. I hope you all enjoyed that. My green pets, I hope you enjoyed listening to this video, and I hope I answered what your question was. But I wanted to also add in the video that I have pretty much all my bubble wrap up. About 80% of it's up. I have about just that. I have that corner left, and then this corner down here left. So it's the top corner up on that side behind you, and then this corner down here behind me. And that's all the green. The greenhouse will be up and ready totally for winter, and I won't have to worry about it. I have to get it up in the next couple of days though, because we are going to have some nighttime temperatures in the teens. But the last couple of days, it's been really nice for around here at this time of year. It's been really nice. It's been around 60 degrees in the daytime, and I've been able to open up my greenhouse for a couple hours in the day and let some fresh air blow through the greenhouse. And now it's just trying to quickly put all the bubble wrap up as quickly as possible, because that's very time consuming, and that's why it's taking me so long, is because it is time consuming, and I have work and school, and I don't really have a whole day off to where I can just dedicate to putting up bubble wrap in the greenhouse. So that is why it's taking me so long, and I will have to get it done by Wednesday probably, because that is when it's going to start getting cool at night. But wish me luck. The greenhouse should be fine. It has that nice like cushion, air cushion in between the bubble wrap and the outside of the greenhouse, and that helps with keeping the hot air in and the cold air out. But that's all I have for you all. There's a couple of things opening up that we're probably going to do some special bloom videos just for those things, and I will talk to y'all next time, guys. Bye.